What is up, everybody? MuseMe TV. We are back. Episode 155. We got my man Aaron in the studio. What's up, man?
What's up, Angel? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got a live studio audience, bro. We got the works. We got it all here, dude. We got live studio audience. We got Aaron in the studio. What's up, man?
Not much.
Thank
Loving Albuquerque right now.
Well, let me start off by saying I met you through one of my previous guests and my homie Dre, right?
Yes, sir.
So you met him by just out of the
Freak accident.
willy-nilly, like, hey, how's it going? Or I'm answering a Craigslist ad, or how did this work? Like, I'm still confused on how you two met.
So listen, this is how me and Dre met. We were both on an airplane flying into Spokane, Washington.
You both were on an airplane.
Yes, we were both on an airplane, no knowledge of each other. We were both working for a marketing team, traveling the country selling cars. Okay, so when you do that, people from different locations, they meet up at one location. So in this instance, it was Spokane. So you have people from all over the country meeting up in Spokane to sell cars.
Okay.
So we were both on the same connecting plane. So he gets on his Siri and he's like, "Hey Siri, call our boss." And I was like, Did you just say call Ty?" He was like, "Yeah, I did." I was like, "That's my boss." He was like, "Ty, who is this big white guy asking me if I know who you are?" He was like, "Oh, that's my homie Aaron. He's cool." And, Ty vouched for me to Dre, and Dre was like, "All right." So after that, he was calling Ty to get a ride, to get picked up. And I was like, "Man, I just got a rental car, so I'll just whip you to the sale. But, first we got to stop by the dispensary, pick up something." He was like, "Oh, bet, man." So
He was sold on that.
Best friends ever since. Best friends ever since.
That's dope, man. And that's what's so crazy, though. It's like, I know you more because he introduced me to you as an MMA guy.
Yes.
Like, where did that come into play?
The
like,
MMA?
Yeah, you've always been like that? Like, you've always been, like, he doesn't know you through that way, right?
Absolutely not. He knows me. When he first met me, I was probably like 80 pounds heavier than what I am. I was like 330 pounds. I was really out of shape. I definitely didn't look like a fighter. I had clean cut, comb over,
Yeah.
I was about as far away from being in fight condition as I could. But the reason why I got connected to him through fighting is because I met up with Ty on my way to New Hampshire. And he was like, "Man, you look good." He's like, "Have you been training?" I was like, "Yeah, man, of course I've been training. Like, I've been trying to get back at it." And he was like, "Man, how do you feel about moving to Albuquerque, training at Jackson Wink?"
You got to give me a second, man. So I actually forgot that there's a fucking little kid in there, and I got to put those things away.
Okay.
So give me 1 second. Guys, thank you for joining. We got 3 viewers in right now, so I'm really glad that they're in. Give them some handles and stuff where they can find you right away. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Just chat. Give it a little chat section.
Oh, man, leaving me solo dolo on the podcast? What's up, guys? I'm Aaron. You can follow me on Instagram. What is my Instagram handle? I should know this if I'm going to market myself. Damn. Let's see how much I care about social media, even though I'm always on it. abush420. Follow me on Instagram, abush420. This is heavy responsibility for me, running a whole podcast by myself. Oh, I'm so glad.
I'm like the best host ever, so you can just leave me alone.
I felt so much pressure.
I don't even want to talk about what just happened right now. It's just like the craziest brain fart in the world.
It's okay.
No, anyways, so you came here to start training at Jackson's.
Yes.
How has that been so far?
Dude, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I've had a pretty bad string of luck since I got here. But, nothing's easy. So, like when I got here, first day there, broke my nose. So I had to take a couple days off to let that heal up. And then And then I don't know. Have you ever heard of something called like gout?
Yeah, isn't that like an old man disease?
I mean, I guess if you want to call it like that, I don't know.
Okay,
Well, it
but
runs in my family.
it's like something that like fat builds up in a certain area, right? And like causes like some kind of like blood clottage.
It's just, so kind of on the idea. So my body doesn't process purines properly. So when I eat foods that are high in purines, it converts it to uric acid. So obviously I've lost a lot of weight, so I've been eating really clean, and I usually eat salmon as my fish, but I switched it up and I had some trout. Trout apparently, which I didn't know, is very high in purines. So obviously my body converts that to uric acid. So that crystallizes and it collects in your joints. Most typically, it's the lowest joint in your body, which would be like your big toe.
Yeah.
So you wake up and you literally feel like your big toe's broke. It's just the worst pain. If you got on Google right now and looked up gout, the way they're going to describe it is severe pain. Not mild, not moderate, severe pain.
I only remember like symptoms of gout and stuff like that from like episodes of King of the Hill and shit like that.
I guess.
Or
yeah.
Bobby gets gout. But that's where I only remember it from. But I know about it, and I know about it's a medical condition that happens. But
yeah,
fuck that.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible, bro. Like I said, you wake up. The first time I had it, I thought my toe was broke. I had to go to. I was like, man, I don't know what the fuck I did. I broke my toe in my sleep, and they went and they told me I had gout. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. My dad has gout, my sister has gout, so I probably was,
I'm next in line.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm about to have gout. This is only like my third attack, man, but this is the worst one, man. It's still bothering me a little bit, and it's like almost 2 weeks later. It's not 100%. So it hurts, bro. I'm telling you, I don't wish it upon anybody, man.
But you're an MMA fighter. Like, there's probably other pains besides gout.
Dog, that'll turn you into a bitch real quick. That'll turn you into a bitch real quick, bro. It's terrible, man. It's different. I mean, okay, when you're fighting and you have another person fighting you and your toe hurts and he's trying to punch you in your face or choke you unconscious, like there's bigger problems than your toe hurting. So you don't really think about that. And in game speed, does that make sense?
Yeah.
But just me getting up and like walking around and like cooking food in the kitchen, bro, no, that shit hurts, bro.
You're already in like, fuck.
Oh, it's terrible, man. It's the worst pain. I've broken bones. I've broken my arms twice.
Whoa. Don't even start, all right? Childbirth, bro. Calm down.
I can't. I'm not going to say anything because I guarantee that childbirth is worse. But as far as I've ever experienced in my lifetime, gout, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure gout does hurt, man. I've never had it before, but I'm pretty sure it has a pretty bad.
Well, just imagine like you have little shards of glass like in your joint.
That's what
it is. You have shards of uric acid in your joint. It swells up red. It's hot to the touch. Man, to cut air, to just move it through the air is like pain.
Ridiculous.
To put a sheet on it, to like blow on it, painful. Don't wish it upon anybody ever, bro.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Gout is something we do not want to get.
No, bro. I promise you. If you have gout, you know what I'm talking about.
So does it come back every once in a while?
Man, it's all dependent on your diet. And like when I was 330 pounds, man, I had a gout attack because I was eating like trash. But like since I've started eating clean, I haven't had one. And then I really wouldn't have had one if it wouldn't have been for the type of fish, Yeah. But generally speaking, like your body not processing purines can be like caused by like something else, something underlying. So I should probably go get that checked out. But you know what I'm saying?
Hospitals, right?
Expensive.
They're just like con men.
Absolutely.
Like, do you believe that the medical field sometimes does that, where they kind of diagnose you with something where you don't even really, it's like, oh, well, we broke your leg, and instead of letting it heal naturally, you're going to have to put a bunch of metal screws and put ligaments in there to fix it. Where you could have you could have just let it heal naturally. Or not just that, but other symptoms. Like, say you got a stomach problem, and they're just like, oh, well, technically you probably have blah, blah, blah with bad gastro problems. You need to take all of this stuff. And it's just literally...
Man, I really go back and forth on this stuff, man, because I'm a firm believer in science. And, I do believe... like,
but it's capitalism.
Definitely. Everything's capitalism, though. You're just kind of stuck in the machine.
Yeah.
You're really a part of it. But the medical... so here's the thing with medicine. I feel like it does so much, but it could do so much more. But there's no money in doing so much more. They do enough to keep us alive. Like, I mean, obviously the average person lives longer now than ever before, and that's due to modern medicine.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think they do so much, and we've come so far. But like, bro, I think they could do more.
Okay,
Yeah.
so but that's the whole instance of the vaccine thing, all right? So like vaccines,
I'm gonna get my 1500, Angel. Don't worry, I'm gonna get my 1500.
there's so many people that do get healed by vaccines, and it does help them. But
Absolutely.
there's that. There,
How many,
but there,
Angel, do you know anyone with polio right now?
No, but I
Okay.
know somebody that got vaccinated and now has a limp arm.
And that was due to the vaccination.
Yeah.
You're 100% sure that
Yeah.
there's no like genetic condition. Like,
Well, I saw it on this. Yesterday I was watching Kill Tony, and it's like this comedy special thing, and he invites people to come on stage randomly. But this was one of the persons that actually was on there that he had a limp arm due to vaccinations, and he was explaining what happened and stuff, and that was pretty much it. Like, he was vaccinated, and it caused a paralysis. Again, it doesn't happen to everybody.
So what I'm saying is, okay,
But that's just one example of that.
I don't know how to say this without sounding like I have no heart, but I'm gonna try my best. So I feel very bad for the people if they do. I'm not a doctor, bro. I don't know what vaccines cause, what side effects, if they cause limp arms, if they cause anything
right.
else. I'm not a doctor. I'm
Mild blindness.
But listen, if there are some people who have ill effects, that have some side effects, I feel very bad for those people. But as far as like greater good, the vaccines definitely help. That's how I feel personally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have a lot of measles outbreaks anymore.
No.
You don't have-
Smallpox.
Smallpox. You don't have a whole lot of those. Now, again, I'm no expert on the field, and for me to speak on it, I should probably know a little bit more. But from the knowledge that I do have, I feel like the vaccines are definitely a good thing. Now, this vaccine is a little bit different, obviously, because they whipped this up real quick. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you think this is one's going to be a little bit more sketchy?
Man, dude, with the way the world is, I don't know anything anymore.
They say that they're going to put the microchip right away, like the RFDI tracking chip or whatever.
Here's the thing, man. You've been getting vaccines since you were 6 years old, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my daughter had to get vaccines to go to kindergarten. So why didn't they just chip her right there? Why didn't they just chip my daughter right there? She would have never known the difference. It would have just been in and out. They're not gonna chip you, dude. You get what I'm saying? They're not gonna chip you. Whether the vaccine works or not, whether it has side effects or whatever, I don't know about that.
But they do have this like control over us, right? Where they do kind of like,
dude, it's called your television. Regular schedule programming.
Well, not only
they
that.
program you from the time you were born. Regular schedule programming.
Yeah.
You think what they want you to think.
and now it's even worse because it's not regular scheduled programming; it's social media.
Yes, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. They listen to you. That's like they know everything about you.
Yeah,
they know more about you than your mom, your dad, your girl. They know everything about you. And then they put algorithms together where they know more about you than you know about you. They predict your future.
Yeah.
They tell you what you're gonna like to buy,
What you want to watch?
what you want to watch. It's crazy, bro. But hey, the machines. It's a fun ride. We're on it.
Do you think that's something that is I don't know, like how you said, the machine, is it something that's like an intelligence thing that's going to take us over, or is it something that we're kind of doing to ourselves, where it's just like we know the very, very smart people, or the higher up, the oligarchies of the higher ups totally know all the dumbed down process of what's going on right now, but
Man,
we don't know. So that's why we stay at the level where we're at, but we'll never be at another enlightened level where they are.
what we know right now, what they've admitted to, is so fucking mind-boggling. Like, as far as they being the like United States government,
Okay.
what they've admitted to is so fucking crazy that like the shit that we don't know about is just like mind-blowing to me. Like, I can't even fathom the shit we don't know about.
Well, they say that the government, technology-wise, is always 20 years ahead of its people. So even though we have whatever we have, the government has 20 years knowledge ahead of us.
Man, like, think about like this period and like the transition of presidents.
Food stamp, what is up? I got food stamp gaming in the comment section. He just said, "What's up?"
What's up, food stamp?
Thank you. Anyways, go ahead.
Shout out to ODB.
Yeah.
He was on food stamps from the time he was born until the day he died.
Really?
For sure. Hey, the cover of the album is ODB's food stamp card.
Really?
The Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah.
Of which one?
Shit. It's the one that Shimmy Shimmy Ya's on. I should know this as a hip hop fan, but I'm fucking got me high out here, Angel.
But I'm pretty sure you're like a musical fan. Like you like a lot more than just hip hop, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for
see.
sure. I like good music. I like good musicians. I'm a fan of greatness of across all boards. When I see someone who's great at their craft, it's hard not to appreciate that.
Yeah.
Whether I like what they do, whether but like I can appreciate greatness.
Yeah, when I first met you, you were like telling me all kinds of shit. You're like, have you even heard of this guitarist? And I was like, holy fuck, I've never even heard of any of these guitarists.
ODB, that's his food stamp card.
That's crazy. Food stamp, that's what's up. He says, cool shirt, Aaron. And then Canadian.
Bro, I got this shirt for $5 at Walmart. I kid you not. And I have nice shirts. And I get more compliments on this one. This $5 shirt from Walmart.
It's a nice shirt. It's totally sick.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Shirley Lynn Marshall says nice shirt.
Sherry Lynn Marshall.
Sherry Lynn.
That's my girlfriend.
Oh, she's in the comments.
Hell yeah.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello. Sherry. How's it going? Here, this goes out to you. Thank you for joining. Anyways, yeah, the government is some crazy shit.
Crazy.
Technology is crazy. Have you ever heard of Elon Musk's Neuralinks?
I have not.
So that's just like this little computer chip that's going in your head. Are you ready?
They're not going to put computer chip. Dude, that will never happen.
It's a willing thing. It's coming and people are going to be willing. I want it. I want two.
You want 2 chips?
Yeah.
That seems excessive.
Why? I mean, it's going to be pretty. I would actually be pretty cool to be able to see Google Maps in my head, be able to find instant knowledge in my head. Hey, say if I got in a car accident and my leg goes paralyzed, well, guess what? This chip is going to repair that.
Have you ever heard the phrase
the mark of the beast?
No,
Satan!
not that. Ignorance is bliss. You ever heard that?
Yeah.
Bro, the more you know, the sadder you will be. For sure. The more you find out about what actually goes down, the more you're going to like hate the world.
But there's so many of these sayings that contradict each other, like knowledge is power.
Yeah, I guess. It is powerful, but like, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, see?
Is
it up? No, it's not. Damn it, I had that somewhere. Oh, there it is.
That's a heavy load to bear to know everything, to have Google in your brain.
I think it's awesome.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to. I'd rather just be dumb. I don't want to know anymore. Like, obviously I want to know more, but I don't want to know, like, everything.
You don't want to know
That would
everything.
just be sad, man. That would just be sad.
You wouldn't be able to handle that. You don't want to?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
I think it'd be fun, like, just be able to know certain things at will, like another language. How cool is that?
I mean, so obviously there's pros and cons. Like, that would be cool.
What's a con?
A con to knowing everything?
Yeah.
Dude, the world history has a lot of...
okay, so you'll know all this trauma and all this, like...
100%. With everything that good you would have from Google, like having Google in your brain, you'd have equally bad stuff.
Okay, it's one thing that I would love to feel with this chip is actual human emotions of another person.
Dog, I don't want that.
Okay.
Dude, just chill. Just chill. They made too many movies about this. Just relax, dog.
Because you know how many times somebody tells you a sad story and they tell you, man, I feel so sad. Like, it's the worst ever. And you're like, yeah, I kind of feel sad, but I don't
But
feel...
you can't relate.
Yeah, you can't. Imagine feeling the feeling like they do. You would have another level of sympathy.
Man, I have trained myself my whole life to feel nothing at all. So the last thing I want to do is start to feel someone else's bullshit.
I don't know. I think...
honestly, to be able to relate to somebody on a higher level, obviously that would be a good thing. But
we can't let these intellectuals take over, man.
I don't know, man. I can even imagine. I can even imagine them putting a chip in us. Who would go for that? You would really go for that?
I would do it.
Okay.
I would totally do it.
Fair enough.
Too.
Man, but I feel like, dude, why can't you just have like the Tony Stark glasses where you can just like, you know what I mean? That's a better option than a computer chip. Like implant?
I don't think that's enough, though. That doesn't really.
That's not enough for you, damn.
That doesn't function the same way.
Tony Stark, Iron Man is not enough for you, Angel.
I think Iron Man did have a bunch of chips and stuff in him too to be able to do all the Galactic's technology. No, actually no.
That's different.
Spider-Man got to use it too.
Spider-Man, yeah, because of the glasses.
Yeah. But anyways, I think that would be cool. I think it would make life easier for a lot of things if technology got better.
His technology got better.
Okay, for example, the Tesla cars, right? Mm-hmm. Self-driving.
Yes.
What if it turned into its own Uber and Lyft system so that nobody ever technically really has to own a car? You can always have a car on hand. All you have to do is call for it. If you want to own a car, then you buy the car, lease it, but you never have to have it in your driveway when you're sleeping because it's out making you money. Because it's out picking up people and doing drops.
So
that's
okay. Wait. So you're telling me you own the car and it Ubers and Lyfts for you without you being in the car?
Yeah.
Okay, and you make a profit off of that?
Yeah, you'll make a profit off of that.
I mean, anything that you're in the green, obviously, that makes sense. But is it going to work out like that?
Would you feel safe though, knowing that?
What would the insurance be on something like that?
Well,
would it be lower?
Yeah,
high? I mean, because you're not there. You know?
It would be way lower because I think the more
human risk.
Yeah, the more actual robots on the road, the more they don't fuck up compared to actually having robots and humans on the road.
Robots get distracted?
No, not as much.
I don't think so, man. I don't know, but then you have all the. What happens if the robot like starts glitching out when you're in the car?
That's one. You could fix it.
How are you gonna fix it? You know, if I'm in the back seat, I hope it's fixed when I get in.
One accident, it's okay. There's hundreds of
greater
people.
Good. Back to that.
There's hundreds of people that have accidents all the time, and they don't fix their vehicle or they don't fix the way they drive.
I guess
they do it. They keep driving the most hazardous way they can think of. So,
man, where is the flying cars? That's really what I want to know. The Jetsons lied to us.
I don't know, actually.
I want some flying cars.
You think that would be...
Someone whip that up. Elon Musk, get on it.
Liable? I think that would be pretty cool. Or I've always dreamed of the tube system like on Futurama. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I think that would be dope.
Hey, fun fact about me. I used to be so into Futurama as a kid. I used to get on Adult Swim and like compete in like Futurama trivia.
Like call in?
No. They had like an online thing. Like you would do it.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like compare you against other guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're good at it?
I was. I haven't watched Futurama in a long time, but I still know a little bit. Do you know Bender's full name?
Bender. All I know is Bender Rodriguez.
Bender Bending Rodriguez.
Bending Rodriguez. Okay, that's not that hard.
Yeah. I used to know. I used to know like his whole like makeup. He's actually like based around like in the series, what he gives off is over 100%. I do remember that. Okay. I used to know like exactly like he's like 5% zinc or because he tells like jokes about what he is.
Yeah, of his like what is made up and stuff.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I used to do that, like compete in Futurama trivia. That was like my thing on like the old desktop.
Just Futurama. You're not into other shows where you try to compete and win prizes.
I used to. Okay, so I used to record like Futurama on VHS. Do you ever record anything on VHS?
Yeah.
So I used to set up my like VCR to record Futurama on VCS, like on VHS, and like rewatch it later, like when I got home from school and stuff. Like I was into Futurama hard. Like that whole like Adult Swim section. Like I wasn't into pretty hard, but Futurama was my favorite by far.
Nice.
By far, Venture Brothers. I used to go hard on Venture Brothers.
That's a good show too. That whole lineup actually kind of opened the door for like adult comedy some more.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch anything but like cartoons. I'm like a total nerd.
Yeah,
I'm a total nerd.
Like you're just watching South Park, fucking shit like that.
Growing up, I watched a lot of South Park. I don't really watch it a lot anymore. I'm way behind. I would say right now I watch a lot of Adventure Time. That's my shit, bro. Adventure Time is my shit. Rick and Morty. I watch a lot of Rick and Morty.
Dope.
I still watch like King of the Hill and stuff though.
No, that's a good show too. King of the Hill's the shit.
I'll tell you what, bro.
Yeah, that's a good trivia one too.
Yeah,
I probably know a lot about that show.
You probably do.
I binged a lot of King of the Hill back in the day.
Yeah, I'm currently binging King of the Hill.
And then fucking, I don't know, it just depends. There's so many cartoons out there that have been on for so long, though, like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that shit's like on fucking season 35 or something.
Absolutely. See, and here's the thing about The Simpsons. They do predict a lot of stuff. Now, a lot of stuff is just broad shit. When you put out that much material, you're bound to hit something on the head.
You think so?
You know what I mean? For sure.
It's like that myth of like 100 monkeys.
What type Shakespeare?
Yeah.
Hey, my guy, bro. You're the only person I've ever heard say that besides me and like my brother, bro.
And
like,
it makes sense because, I mean, just pushing the same random buttons over and over again, something will come up.
Eventually. You know what I mean? Over a long enough timeline, you know? That's how I feel about it. That's crazy. That's crazy that you said that.
That's dope. So speaking of like fucking, I don't know, like elements and stuff like that, materials and stuff like that. What's like the hardest trip that made you think that this world isn't what it really is?
So wait, what? You were asking me about like my hardest trip?
Okay, so yeah, like I'm pretty sure you being a pretty spiritual, like
absolutely,
like
okay.
you know, like psychedelic dude, like pretty mellow, chillo guy, like look at the elements and like the way like the world works and stuff like that, but yet we can't even really technically understand it because of, I don't know, our brains are not even nothing to comprehend of what really life really is.
Okay. So hear me out.
What trip made you realize that?
Okay, there's actually a lot. There's more than one. You know what I mean? Because eating drugs is. I think there's medicinal purposes in obviously eating hallucinogens, and there's scientific studies to back it up.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to argue with it about it. But there's plenty of doctors who will. There's plenty of athletes, such as former UFC champions like Rashad Evans. He stands behind certain companies that promote psychedelic use for mental health issues, and as a medicine for that. And I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak on my personal experience. And I'm a person who had severe depression, like ready to kill myself.
You look so cheery though.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy when you meet me now. Well, really, honestly, if you met me back then, you probably wouldn't have been able to tell. But my people close to me, they knew. But like now, I can't even believe I thought like that. It's crazy. But I started doing like psychedelics again, and I started doing psychedelics and kayaking. So when you're talking about like elements and like bringing you close to like the earth and stuff, what's going to bring you closer to earth than like tripping your balls off on some LSD and fucking floating through the water? You know what I'm saying?
Is that what you did?
For sure, like every week. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And honestly, that was like my active recovery. You know what I mean? Because I was training really hard to try to get back in shape, man. Dude, if you've ever been up to like 330 pounds and like, you got
never.
Obviously, you've never. I'm saying general public.
I wish.
Oh no, I don't wish that on any. Dude, I would get tired. I would get winded, like out of breath, trying to tie my shoe, bro. It was terrible. You got to like, and then like go in for the like shoe tie, and then like you might run out of breath while you're tying your shoe and have to come up for air, bro. That's how big I was, man.
Damn.
And like, dude, there's nothing wrong with like being that big,
No, that is a problem.
No, I mean it is a problem. You know what I mean? But I don't look down on anybody who's that big, because I understand how easy it is to get that big.
Yeah,
dude, I don't know what it is about me. I don't get full. I don't ever. I literally just eat until I hate myself sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't have that thing that says stop. And even when I do, if there's food still in front of me, I'm gonna graze.
That's a problem of humans, though. It's not just you, though. We have a thing where now we eat for pleasure instead of substance.
100%.
We don't eat, dude. Literally a piece of pizza, 2. That's it. You're good. You can literally sustain the whole day with that much calories.
See, but here's the thing: that's all like processed food. None of that is good for you.
I know,
None
but still, you get what I'm saying, though. Is that instead of eating more than we should, we usually indulge more than even if you did have like a quarter-ounce steak and like potatoes with like asparagus and stuff like that, you shouldn't have as much as you usually do.
I think you would be surprised at how much you should actually eat. Like if you got with like a nutritionist and they like set out your what your caloric intake should be.
Yeah, they're like, you're dying, dude. You're fucking skinny as hell.
Yeah, you live your life off fucking Red Bulls and fucking blunts.
And blue moons.
Red Bulls and blue moons. Oh shit, I have a water here, man.
Alright.
I'm quite parched. I should take a drink of this.
Get yourself some. But I get what you're saying too about the nutritionist trying to figure out the way that your diet should be.
You would be surprised at how much you should eat. You like, man, when you're really on your diet, sometimes for me, it's a struggle to eat all the food that I'm supposed to have. Like when you're eating clean, because when you're eating clean, obviously, you know, you don't have a lot of like the sugars and stuff. So like the calories are not as like packed in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when you're eating like veggies and when you're eating like lean meats like fish and chicken.
See, and that's one thing too. I've never known about the concept of counting calories. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
So honestly, I don't know, again, because I'm dumb. You know what I'm saying?
You're not dumb.
I know how to do a couple things. I know how to do a couple things really well.
You're a dope musician, dude. You're pretty dope.
I'm not dope. I'm not dope. No, you're dope. You're dope. I am like cool enough to
Get a chick.
yeah. I mean, dude, if I was at a campfire, I would whip out a little, you know, Whitey Ford.
And just bust out some and be like, hey, I know how to do something.
Yeah, for sure. I would play a little bit, you know.
Skillful. That's skillful enough. I think that's very masterful in the sense that you're doing more than a lot of people can't do.
Dude, I don't even practice the guitar. Honestly, I used to practice real heavy, but then I just got into fighting so hard and I just kind of dropped it.
That makes sense. I mean, once you find some other kind of skill or some kind of other different mindset, it kind of overtakes you.
Man, I used to swear I would be like the coolest billionaire, man, because I would just have so much skills. I would just have like people teaching me how to do everything.
Dude,
I would be the
me and you
coolest.
both,
I would
right?
be the coolest billionaire. I'd be fucking Batman, bro.
Everything.
But I would never do anything like Batman. I would just like know how to do it and hoard all these skills.
No, you'd probably use. I mean, if you would, you okay? Where do you think the fighting thing is going to take you here? Is that like a big future thing that you're trying to push towards, or what? What are you trying to push towards? Like, okay, so
obviously I have high expectations for myself, and you know, obviously everybody wants to be a champion,
Yeah.
right? But see, my journey's kind of gone a little different than most.
Okay.
Where I was like a prodigy as a child. You know, I started fighting at 16 years old. I was a champion of a whole promotion at 17. You know,
Russian fighters fight at 4 years old. Those are prodigies, bro.
dog.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue because those dudes from Dagestan are murderers.
But okay, so you started actually fighting at like doing.
I had my first cage fight when I was 16.
16?
I started training MMA at 15.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was fighting grown men. I'd pull on braces, bro, and pigtails. I'd pull up because I had long hair down there. I was like straight up hippie kid. I'd pull up to the fights in some pigtails, braces, and just beat the fuck out of these grown men, bro. I was mollywopping these boys.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like I said, I won a title at 17, and then I competed as an amateur in Ohio. But honestly, man, I had a real problem with consistency, dude. It's kind of a blessing and a curse, man. But I was kind of blessed with like natural talent. I was just naturally good at this shit. I don't know why, man.
Right, the guitar, the fighting.
No, the fighting, man. I'm talking like, bro, I was just so fucking good, so fast.
Maybe you're thinking in a sense that you're good at it, but you just have this ability to grab something and just be good at it.
But here's the thing with fighting. I was better at it than everything, man. That was like my niche.
Okay.
All right, and I loved it. I was real passionate about it. That's what I'm still real passionate. But here's the thing, man. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And I just was so good naturally. And I it sounds so conceited to say this, but like I understand that I'm not that good relative right now to like other athletes because, you know, they've worked harder than me. You know, they're in better shape than me. Like they've really been more consistent with me. So like my whole pro career, I'm 4-1 as a professional MMA fighter, Angel. But I never really had a coach. I trained out of my buddy Donnie's garage, you know, with some of my teammates. Shout out Donnie Corbel, Zach Cook, Zach Waltz, you know. Trained with some of my homies in my dude's garage for like my first few pro fights. And, you know, honestly, as far as my pro career, that was like the best training I ever had. And then other than that, I was like training out of Hall of Heroes in Lancaster, Ohio, which is where I'm from. Which is a great gym, but like honestly, it's not an MMA gym. I didn't have any coaches or anything, so I went 4-1 as a pro with no coaches really.
Okay.
So I figured
Just
come out to Jackson Wink, get some coaches, like get world class coaches and world class training partners. Like man, these boys out here are so good. It's so good, and it's so inspiring to be out here and see so much talent in one room, and like it's so cool. It's so cool to see. Like as somebody who like loves MMA and like appreciates greatness, it's so cool to be out here and see so many great fighters. It's so cool. Like I don't know.
have you already seen like John Jones and shit like that?
You know, I haven't seen John Jones yet. I met Michelle Watterson. I met Holly Holm. Michelle Watterson hurt my feelings. So if you ever watch this, Michelle, you hurt my feelings. So I walked in, and you know, she thought I was Seth Rogen. She was sparring and she turned around and she was like, "Is that Seth Rogen?" I was like, "Oh no." I was like,
Do you get that a lot?
You know, actually, I do. You know, not saying that Seth Rogen's a bad looking dude, but it's just not the style I'm going for. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I kind of see it, but
I guess
I
I had my glasses on. I had my glasses on too, so maybe that's why. And I have curly hair and a beard, so those are two. Those are some distinctive features that me and Seth Rogen share.
Anyways, but you have been showing your face there, getting recognized, shit like that.
I've been in there a few times. Like I said, I had those injuries, so I've kind of had some bad luck. I'm in there. I've been in there now, like recently this past week, because like obviously my foot. I haven't been here that long.
Yeah.
And then, you know, obviously, you know, with the COVID scare, so
They've been shut down, kind of, or just like limited to who they're letting in and shit.
I don't know that much about it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry you can't discreet this information, bro. He's got Jackson Wink straight up.
No.
His phone number.
Well, I just wasn't there to speak on it. You know what I mean?
I got
you know, because of everything. So I wasn't there to speak on it. So I don't know if they were opened up, limited to the public. I don't know because I wasn't there. You know, because I had like those injuries and stuff. So, but like I started going back in this past week, and like I said, all these dudes are so good. Like even like the amateurs there are like better than amateurs you'll see at like a local scene.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like if you go anywhere else, like these, man, there's some boys in there. They're just like truly talented, man, and girls too. Like there's some killers.
Yeah.
There's some killers in that gym.
Dope.
It's just super cool to be around people who put in the work. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I didn't put in the work for so long. Like I put in the work just kind of like with guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I trained so hard for so long, from like 18, well, like 15 to like probably like 22. I trained really fucking hard, and then I just kind of fell off a little bit, and I just kind of
Just wobbling on that.
yeah, you know what I mean? I had a real. I was too big for my own britches. You know what I mean? Like my natural skill really held me back, and like my potential, I feel. But like, so as far as like what I want out of fighting, and that's kind of how my path differs. I didn't just hop on a path and just go. Like I kind of got off, came back, got off, came back. Like I didn't put in the proper work, and I'll be the first to admit that. But I feel like I'm still young enough. I'm still athletic enough. I'm smart enough. I will be happy. I will be thoroughly happy and proud of myself if I can just make a living at it and be comfortable for the rest of my life, either training martial arts and competing, or training martial arts and coaching others. You know, as long as I can be comfortable and, you know, and make a comfortable living doing what I love, what more can you ask for as a human being?
Right.
You know what I mean? To be able to make money doing what you love. What else can you do?
That's the dream. That's what we
Absolutely.
all strive for.
For sure. Dude, honestly, my dream is have like obviously I want to compete in a big show. You know, obviously whoever is going to pick me up, I would take the opportunity and be grateful. But when I mean big show, I mean like UFC, Bellator, PFL, One, like promotions like that, like
Yeah.
a global promotion. You know, obviously I'd be thankful for any opportunity that I got. But if I can get to that level, compete, do well, obviously I want to win a title. I'm competitive. You know what I mean? And the more you get, the more you want. Obviously, as a human being.
Do you think it's one of those aspects of like it just depends on if you get noticed? Like, is it like one of those like, oh, it's who you know, not what you know, kind of thing? I mean, that's
So just
kind of
like anything
sucks
else,
to say that.
just like anything else, it's both. It's sometimes it's who you know, but then sometimes you're so fucking good you just can't be denied, bro. Sometimes you're just so fucking good, bro, and you just can't deny it. Like that's a bad motherfucker, bro.
Especially in this kind of sport.
Like there's obviously there's dudes out there that like Dana White is known for not liking, like Tyron Woodley. Like he's notorious for not liking Tyron Woodley, but the motherfucker's good, bro. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? He was the champion of the world. He's the best fighter in the world. Are you supposed to not
Yeah, right.
sign him?
Just bring him back in. He's gonna make the money.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Jackson Wink, what I've been able to be there for, because like I said, between the gout, which is terrible, and then like like I said, the broken nose, and then like COVID and stuff, like it's been pretty hard to make it. But like I said, I've been in there this like past few days, and they're also fucking so talented, man.
Yeah.
So talented. From top to bottom. Like I said, even the amateurs, if you took those amateurs and you dropped them off like almost anywhere in the country,
They'd probably turn some heads.
they would turn some heads for sure, man. And then the pros are all good. And they're all so nice, man. I haven't met anybody who's like disrespectful and stuff, and everyone's like willing to help and stuff.
Nice.
It's really cool. It's really cool to see a bunch of humble killers out there.
That's dope. That's still kind of going on and shit too, especially with COVID and shit.
Man,
That people scared.
Here's the thing I feel about COVID.
COVID talk.
COVID talk.
Dun dun dun.
No, dude, I believe
COVID talk.
I believe in oh shit, that's scary. I guess COVID's scary though.
Yeah, I get scared. Anyways, yeah. So, what do you believe? Is COVID a thing?
Absolutely. Okay, listen, man. You can't get.
Why is it a thing? Is
Why
it a
is
thing
it a
that
thing?
they made? Is it a thing that they kind of made to control us more?
Bro, I really just don't understand why they would need all this to control us. Like, they already have cell phones that, like, monitor us and listen to us.
Yeah,
like,
but it's not like the cell phones could, like, totally mind control us.
Are you serious?
Are you
serious?
They occupy our attention, but they don't control us. Again, they occupy our attention, but they
Okay.
don't control us.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. But,
In a sense, to where this lockdown, this whole you stay within 6 feet of people, wear a mask, that's control.
I guess I can see how one would think that, but those are practices that have been around for a long time.
Oh.
And like they've done those in other scenarios. Like this isn't the first time they've enforced like social distancing and like masks, you know.
Okay.
So here's the thing, man. I think COVID's real. I
Yeah.
definitely do. But here's the thing. I think a lot of people are super fucking scared about COVID and they do all these things to prevent COVID or whatever. But man, you don't do anything to prevent anything else. Like you live a terrible lifestyle, you eat like shit, you don't exercise, you don't you don't go to the doctor regularly and get checked up, you know. There's things that you don't do to take care of yourself in other ways. You're probably out here, you know, raw dogging hoes after the club and shit.
Yeah.
And now you're out here worried about COVID. Like, dude, get out of here, bro.
What do you think is going to happen?
You know what I mean? You don't take care of yourself in any other aspects of your life. Why do you care about this? Why is this concerning to you? That's really my question for people. Like, why are you so concerned about this, but you're not concerned about other aspects of your life?
Because
You know what I'm saying? You don't do anything. You do things to weaken your immune system.
Do you
And
think-
like, I'm not judging anybody because like obviously there was times in my life where I was big and I ate like shit. I didn't work out.
300 pounds.
Oh, I mean, that's not even that big for real, man.
Nah.
I mean, dude, I was on my way to get bigger, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But like,
No, there is.
dude, I really. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I really don't. If you're happy, if you're happy with it, no. If you're happy with it, listen. If you're happy with it, so be it, man. But it just wasn't for me, dude. I
It's
know.
not for
Like my
everybody.
sister,
Yeah.
my sister's big, man, and like she's happy. She's happy, and like. So what? You get what I'm saying? If she's happy with it until it becomes medically a problem and she has to change, which she's made some changes. You know, I'm super proud of my sister for You know, all the changes
Doing
that she
some
has
stuff,
that
yeah.
she has made, and but like, if she's happy, was it so fucking what, bro? You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. But here's the thing. She really ain't that. She really don't trip that hard. You get what I'm saying? She wears her mask and shit, but like, you know what I mean? She's not out here bugging out, like trying to fight people because they get too close to her and shit.
But there are those people that are taking it to that sense of where they're just like, I guess you can call them Karens, I guess. People out in the streets really just telling people that they're not following rules, regulations,
You know, like,
policing for other people.
and then here's the thing. See, man, I get kind of caught in the middle of this shit.
What if the cops are called
I'm
right
kinda
now
like-
on this house because there's 3 vehicles in the driveway?
Dun, dun,
That's a party, dude.
That's a fucking party.
There's all kinds of
Dude,
people
I don't know
here.
where you're. If you're from here, but back home, that is not a party where I'm from. That's hardly a hoot landing where I'm from.
Well, oh my god. But you get what I'm saying is that like it's getting to the sense where now it's turning into a public sense where they're trying to police it, and that's kind of shitty.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just
COVID.
honestly,
Fuck.
fuck narcs for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, but here's the thing: I really think people should probably wear a mask. You know, it's a problem. Like it's really out here killing people, and I know people personally who have lost loved ones from it. So dude, it's real. Like it's not like it's fake, man. It's not like it's fake. And here's the thing: it causes permanent damage to you. It's not like getting like the flu or something where you get better and or whatever. But like it causes permanent like damage to your respiratory system. So it's a serious thing, man, and people should be concerned about it. But here's the thing: they don't give a fuck about anything else in the rest of their lives. You know what I mean? Like why, like. They pick this one thing to care so much about. They live filthy savage animals the rest of their lives.
Yeah, like
Weird.
It makes it. Some people have actually gone worse because of the COVID. Like I know they said that like depression and like suicide has gone up because now it's like you actually are left alone more. You're like actually social distancing, and it's more depressing that you don't have a job, no money coming in. And then, okay, here's another stupid thing, too.
They should eat more acid and kayak. That's what I got to say for them.
And now, with 2020 a thing, have you heard of these monoliths that were been, like, out around the world?
What?
Yeah, well, I think around the United States, but these, like, silver, like, pillars or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Those
What the fuck
monoliths.
is that about?
I don't know, but they've been putting them all around the United States. And one finally showed up here in New Mexico.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Word?
and you know the first thing they did?
What?
Was tag it up.
Tag it up.
Yeah, they tagged it up.
That's what's up.
and they tore it down and shit.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, so
That's
like,
what's up.
what if it's like a social experiment to just show how violent people are? Like
I don't think you know. There's millions and millions of dollars in the combat sports industry. Probably billions. I'm probably underestimating. They know how big violence is. People pay top dollar to see violence.
And
What's cooler? Okay, listen. When you were in school and someone would yell fight, everyone went running. You know what I mean? That's what people love. People love that shit. People love to watch people get fucked up.
most people. I had an ex-girlfriend that wasn't into it. It made me so sad. I was just like, oh man, I never get to watch
But
UFC.
that's such a weird like human instinct. Like
Not to
like,
be into fighting.
Well, no, to want to watch fighting. Like,
Why?
What do you like? What I don't know.
I think it's been passed down for generations and generations and generations. I mean, look at the whole Coliseum thing. Look at the whole
like monkey alpha male type
circle. Everybody just circled when 2 guys went at it. 2 people went at it.
shit. And to the death.
Yeah, to the death, to a debauchal, whatever the scent was. I feel like it's a prime one.
Fighting lions and shit too, bro. That was more than just fighting like human beings, mono y mono. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
In the Coliseums, yeah, bro. They had like lions and shit.
Yeah, but that's still like a cool rush instinct. Like, oh, I'm fucking thrilled and this is exciting. Compared
sure.
Same thing with like fighting. People were fighting and shit.
Oh, I listen. There's a big difference between what I do and sword fighting with a lion fucking nearby.
I don't think so. I think I'll watch it the same way. Cheer for you or the lion.
Hey.
Either way.
Hey, more power to anybody who would step in there with sword fighting with a lion. I'll leave my hat out of that fucking ring. I'll stick at the throwing fisticuffs.
It's crazy that they don't still do crazy shit like that anymore.
Back then, that's probably what I would have done. back then because I wouldn't have known no better. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, nah, bro, fuck that.
Not gonna even go close to that.
Nah, mostly just the lion, bro. I really don't fuck with like the animals and shit, bro. Dude. Fun fact about Aaron, I don't fuck with the ocean like at all, really.
At all?
Nah, bro. Why would I want to put myself at the bottom of the food chain?
Well, you don't have to put yourself there, but like, would you just travel it or just
What do you mean by travel?
go on a boat or something, or maybe a
How big is
cruise?
the boat?
Cruise.
Cruise, I might do. That's a big ass boat.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if the boat goes down, I'm getting on one of them rafts. Believe that.
Everybody's gonna try to get on one of those rafts,
Hey,
not
look-
just you.
I'm gonna get on a raft. Believe me. Hey,
Jack.
look at me.
Jack, come back.
Hey, I'm gonna be on the raft. Me, and my people, we will be on this raft. I don't care who else is missing out. I'm getting on it.
But you're not a fan of the ocean.
No, not at all, bro.
Just
Not at
like
all.
the mystery of it, I guess.
Dude, it's so big. It's so big, and we really don't know shit about it. That's the crazy thing.
That's our space right there. That's our mystery unknown.
Dude, when you really think about it, like we really don't know. We don't know that much about our own ocean, and we know even less about the fucking universe. Like, man, that's why it's so hard for me to get into religion and like really express religious views, just because I feel so fucking ignorant. It's hard for me to say anything is like and believe anything. It's just because whatever created the universe, whatever created this, is so fucking beyond my comprehension that I would never understand why, who, what. Like, bro,
Yeah,
bro.
It's too intense,
Dude, I don't know how this works. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the fuck this works.
We do, but it's just.
But I don't. You
we
know what
don't
I'm saying?
want to.
Yeah,
We kind of got to this other sense that we don't really need to know because it's already there.
yeah.
But we technically can and know the knowledge. That's where the computer chip comes in your brain.
I guess, but yeah, I don't know, man.
Because there are those things that you probably think about sometimes where you're just like, holy fuck, how did this get made? Or why was this made? And then now
Aliens.
Well, I don't know. Aliens are a thing.
For sure, aliens are the thing.
Do you think they're here among us?
You know,
Do you think they represent people in like major parts of the
are we
government?
talking like reptilians?
Those are did you know there's hundreds of classes of aliens? Like different species, not only just reptilians,
All I'm gonna say,
like grays and Pleiadians and
Hey.
the blues,
my buddy. This is what my buddy told me. This is
Dracanos.
one of my very best friends. You know, Anger Fist. I was talking to him about the reptilians, and this is what he said. And I believe this dude. He said, this is all I'm going to say, dude. 500,000 children go missing every year, and a lot of disappearances happen near caves. That's all I'm going to say about the reptilians.
Interesting.
It's possible. Dude, with what you know, if you don't believe that's a possibility, I don't really even know. The government has admitted this, like, unidentified flying objects.
Okay.
They just came out with that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, and like all the fucked up like tests that they did on human beings and shit, like, man, the government's been fucking with us. The government, oh my god, I got excited, boy.
Yeah, cool.
The government has been fucking with us.
And so you think that it still kind of relates to an alien thing though? Because okay, here's
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know. I don't really know because it really doesn't.
But you feel.
It doesn't affect it doesn't affect my life, but it does. So it controls my life, but there's nothing I can really do about it. You get what I'm saying? I'm kind of like stuck in this matrix, in this machine. You know what I mean? I can't really get out. So even if there were aliens, even if there were elites doing human sacrifices, doing like the most terrible rituals, what the fuck? What am I gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? I'm just me. I'm just fucking some dude. You know what I mean? So like,
You know about it at least.
what does that do? That just fucks me up. That just makes me sad to know that like
You're just like, knowledge sucks.
that's what I'm saying. Knowledge sucks. The more you know, the more this is what really blows my mind. Like these conspiracy theorists. If you ever hung out with dudes who like people who eat a bunch of like acid and shit and like are really into like conspiracy shit, some of these conspiracies that are just getting like mainstream, they've been around for a long time, bro. Like like save the children, the hashtag like save the children. So obviously everybody wants to save the children, right? But here's the thing: they made it a political agenda. It's been so in the media's eye for so long that these Hollywood elite, like it hasn't been hidden, but nobody cared, bro. Like Jerry Lee Lewis married a 12-year-old, fucking his 12-year-old cousin. Elvis Presley married like some teenager. Fucking R. Kelly pissed on a girl. Corey Feldman and Corey Haim were like blowing like alarms about this shit, but nobody cared. But they made this like a political agenda, and like I don't know, that was fucked up.
Now, I don't know. It's a weird how, I guess, in a sense,
they make this like a political agenda, but there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in your face, and now you know, and they admit to doing this stuff, but like nobody really does anything about it. And,
so
you just sit and you watch, and you see all this like crazy shit that like the elite do, and there's nothing you can do about it.
So even if it was kind of like, again, the more you know, so if we do end up finding out about aliens and stuff, it's not going to be so much of a big dramatic difference in our lives compared to what we already do. Do you feel like...
No, absolutely not.
No, it'd just be the same.
It would be, what are you going to do?
Just another edition.
Let's just say they came out and they said, these motherfuckers are reptilians.
Yeah.
What does that change? What is it? You know what I'm saying?
I think, well, it doesn't really do anything.
There's so much that people know that like they just ignore.
Yeah. That's why I feel like the government's done a thing where they desensitize people.
100%.
Where they've already like shown us so many different types and classes of aliens, so that when we do finally see one, we're gonna recognize it from one of these TV shows or movies or whatever, and it's not gonna be as freaky to us.
For sure.
So now, in that sense, I mean, what's not to say that there has been these aliens out there, or that we just haven't. We're starting to discover them more and more with the more smarter that we're becoming now in the future.
So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got off topic and I couldn't kind of like connect my stories together. But like the Save the Children thing to the aliens, I got it now. Got it. So like the reptilians, obviously they're taking the children to feed on their, what is it, their adrenaline, right? That's like the theory.
Yeah.
Like that's been around. Like that's been around for a long time, you know what I mean? So but then it just now became mainstream. Like so the theory is like the reptilians like take the children and then they like feed off their adrenaline. You ever heard that?
Yeah.
So like then they made that into like a new like political agenda. That was weird. But yeah, the possibility that there's reptilians, I'm not gonna say there isn't or isn't. Is it crazier? Is reptilians crazier than like Christianity? Is that really crazier? Is aliens crazier than Christianity when you really think about it?
No.
What's it? Why? Like, dude, we're talking about like great floods, fucking
burning bushes,
you know, walls collapsing at the sound of trumpets. David and Goliath, like. We're talking about some crazy shit in the Bible, and like, if you can believe that, why can't you believe aliens? No, I'm not saying either one are right. I'm just saying I'm too dumb to really fucking know.
But that's that sense too. Is like maybe you just don't want to know, but you still have that knowledge. I mean, you know, but does it kind of bothers you in a sense too, knowing this, doesn't it?
The more I know, the more like afraid I get to know anymore. And I don't know. I really just. Dude, just leave me out of it. Just do whatever you're gonna do.
You're just like, I'm not trying.
They've been doing it since whatever it is that they're doing. Because I don't know. You know what I mean? I know they don't tell us. Whatever their plans are, whatever they got in mind as far as like the government, the world elite, whatever, bro.
One world government. Everyone has the same currency, shit like that. There's those ideas.
You know, here's the thing.
There's those theories.
When you really think about that, what's so wrong about that? What's so wrong with like unity in the world? What's wrong with unity and everybody like sharing like common things and having things in common? But there's nothing really wrong with that. So like, why are people so afraid of that? Like, but you know, obviously,
it's weird to people.
It's weird
too.
It's weird. You know what I mean? But it would never happen. Nobody's gonna want to be friends. You're always gonna have like people who are afraid of like others.
Well, to in a sense, I guess there's a majority of people that do think like us, like you, like me, where you know we get camaraderie out of hanging out, being nice, helping each other out. But there are the other sense of people where I don't know, they get kind of do feel bitter about something, or kind of do kind of feel secluded in kind of doing their own thing, and that's kind of, I don't know, is it a bad thing or is it weird? I mean, that's not unity and that's not bringing us together. But then again, like,
I mean, there's a lot of bitterness in the world. Man, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who just don't get a fair crack at life for sure. And dude, it's adversity can make you bitter, bro. Adversity can make you bitter. And honestly, I try to understand where people come from when they act a certain way. You know what I mean? When I see them acting aggressively or acting bitter or something like that, and they are being, you know, a problem. Like I try to understand where they come from or why they might think a certain way, but you know, at a certain point you gotta fucking keep it gangster and move on. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So there
I hear you, bro.
there's a lot of people who don't get a fair crack at life, bro. And I feel I feel lucky to come from like what halfway decent background I did come from. You know what I mean? A lot of people have it real rough, and it's hard to be appreciative, you know, and be loving and caring and shit when you've never been taught that. You know,
I've always felt that same way too. It's just like, even if I did kind of have like a messed up background or my life did kind of suck a little bit, like I'm kind of glad it happened because it turned me into the person that I am today.
Man, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to me, it could have been a lot worse, man. It could have been. There's so many people who had it so much worse than me, and like, it really makes me appreciative for what I did have. And I try to understand, like, you know, when someone's being a fucking dick and they fucking hate the world and they're being reckless and they're doing like dumbass shit, like, why are they doing that? You know what I mean? Maybe some shit happened. Maybe they don't understand. Dude, I feel like loving is something that you learn how to do. Like, you just don't know how to love somebody, bro.
Yeah.
It's not something that, like, you have to be taught that. Like, if you're never loved, if you're never really loved, like, how can you learn how to love? You know what I mean? If you don't have like a proper like parental figures, or if you have like a traumatic home life, like, how can you learn how to love somebody?
I think it's something that you can develop in a different sense. Like, I like to use this example that I think I've learned more morals and values from TV shows than my actual parents. But I mean, it's not their fault. I mean, it's not like because they were kind of young when they had me too. Like, my mom was young as fuck, so it's not like she knew exactly what she was doing because she was a kid as well.
Yeah.
And in that sense, growing up, I just like, oh, being a nice person is good because I learned it from watching TV, or like, oh,
Right.
this like weird sense of like being a weird pervert or something. You see it as like on TV instead of learning that from like your parents that don't really know these I don't know, like,
Man, dude, okay, this sounds kind of morbid, bro, but this is kind of how I keep my life in check, bro. This is kind of how I keep life in perspective for me, and like stay right now. Right now, there's somebody locked in the basement. I'm not locked in the basement. You get what I'm saying? There's somebody out there who's like fighting for their life, bro, and they're
yeah.
like, and like, or there's people out there who don't have TV, bro. They don't have TV. You know what I mean? They don't have lights. They don't have heat, bro.
So
like,
many
they
things,
come
yeah.
home and they get the shit beat out of them. Like, there's people who have it real rough out there, man, and they don't get a fair crack at life. So like, bro, I try to understand, you know, when people are acting a whole ass. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you just don't know. You know what I mean? Like, ignorance is a thing. Like, maybe they've never been taught. You know what I mean? If you were just in the woods, have you ever? Oh, fuck, what's that? What was that book? What was that book where the kids, they crash on the island?
Oh, Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies. Yeah, just like that, man. Just like that. If you've never been taught anything, how do you know? How do you know social cues? How do you know how to act in public and shit? And then obviously you have a lot of people who are raised like that, and you know, they overcome and achieve. But dude, it's hard, man. It's hard. So like, a lot of people are ignorant, and then they just don't have the knowledge or know how to act right.
Yeah. The moral of the story is just be a good person.
Be a good person.
Be nice. I mean, everybody kind of knows
But I
those
feel like
senses.
I don't feel like they do. I feel like that's something you have to be taught. If all you know is violence, that's all you're gonna know, man. If all you know is hate and resentment, if you're living in a house where you're resented and you know you have a lot of hate projected on you, man, you're gonna project hate. But if you live in a house where you're loved, you're gonna project love. You know what I mean? Even if they don't really know how to do it right, they don't really know how to interact with you, they don't get you, whatever. But if they love you, you kind of feel that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, if you're in a house where you're resented and stuff, like, man, you're gonna feel that, and you're gonna project hate. Like, that's how you get a lot of you got a lot of hate in this world because people were raised in hate. You gotta raise your kids in love.
Got to raise them in love. That's coming. That's one of those learning lessons from here on out.
Yep. Don't hate your kids, man. Don't resent them.
Don't hit them. That's for sure.
Nah, you can't hate your kids.
Maybe just a little tap.
Man, it's more about the fear knowing that you will hit them. That's mental control. You know? They gotta know that you will.
Yeah, you gotta let them know. They'll beat your ass, little kid. I won't, but I will.
You know,
I can.
you know, honestly, from my experience, you know, I feel like you just gotta treat your kids like adults from the time they're born. You know what I mean?
Just like, what's up? You want take a swig, hit the vape pen?
Nah, not like that. not like that, but like
in a sense where you let them know the morals and values of life.
You try to teach them as much as you can, man. Yeah. And like, and here's another thing, man. A lot of parents, I feel, man, we got real deep quick. It's the drugs. I feel like a lot of parents they don't want their kids to be better than they are. You know what I mean? They don't want to see their kids shine.
I don't know. I don't think that's true.
I do. I feel like
my mom always tells me that. She's like, I can't wait to see you be better than I am.
Well, see, but that's great. And look at you. You're so talented, Angel. Like, you know, you're one of the more talented people that I've ever met. Like, you're fucking great at guitar. You got a whole podcast set up. You're fucking stand-up comedian and shit. Like, so you have talents and shit. She probably helped you acquire those talents. You know what I mean?
Or if not, she like at least appreciates them.
Yeah, and she really she supported you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you think that it's not that way?
I don't think it's not that way for everybody, man. It's not that way. It's not that, man.
They love you, dude.
Who loves me?
Whoever doesn't support you, I promise, I support you.
I support you. I support you. No, but man, yeah, I feel like some parents don't want their kids to be better, and like when you're raising a kid, man, you should want them to be the best that they can be. Yeah. Try to teach them as much as you can.
And that's kind of the progression of the way generations work. Is like our generation should be better than the previous generation. So like
100%.
We're always learning from our past.
Absolutely,
it should be. I mean,
for sure.
Sometimes,
but man, it seems like history is repeating itself. And it seems like
where are we back? Where are we at?
Oh, I just feel like we're going way back.
We're back in
socially. I feel like we're making like huge steps backwards.
Okay,
you know what I mean. I feel like we kind of had shit almost kind of under control as far as like everyone getting along and shit. But then like I feel like we made huge steps backwards. I feel like we're so divided right now as like people. You know, it's sad to see, man. It's sad to see so much hate in this world. It's sad, like. Democrat, Republican, black, white, and all like tensions on both sides. Like it's crazy. Right. It's crazy. I feel like we took so much back, like socially.
I mean, in that sense, we just got to kind of take a step back and like see it more as a bigger picture of like where our understandings are between each other. Like even if, again, I know I say this all the time, is like I don't think being fat is healthy, and I don't think people should do it all the time. I just got to step back and be like, okay, this is what your thing is to do. It's what you want to do.
Absolutely. So like, I don't think they should do it, and I'll tell anybody that they shouldn't. But like, you know, does that make them less of a person than me because they chose to be bigger? You get what I'm saying?
In the long run, it's you can't.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like, man, there's so much division. Like I'm only 28 years old, man, but like I've never seen the country so divided, like right and left. Like I've never seen it like that. And obviously, you know, election comes around, it's a big deal. But this was crazy, bro. This is nuts. Like the whole world, like with the election and Donald Trump not leaving, and like the way like the Democrats were going at the Republicans are going at the Democrats. It's crazy to watch.
Yeah,
it's a crazy little show to watch.
Because I still honestly feel like we were at that point where we're almost at like a civil war kind of thing.
I think we still are. I think we're close.
I mean, people still fighting for different reasons, just for like red and blue colors. Like that's a gang thing. That's a gang thing.
A whole lot of gang shit.
Why are we turning politics into a gang thing?
Man, it's always been a gang shit. It's always been a gang thing. No. For real. Like, you know, I think, like, obviously, like, the police and shit, that's, like, their own gang. You know what I mean? Like, America's a whole lot of gang shit. Shout out to Marlon Craft, bro. You ever heard that song?
No.
Gang shit by Marlon Craft.
That's
Kind of summarizes how like throughout like the American system, there's like gangs throughout, and the gangs that have been allowed, like the police and the KKK, they've been allowed, and then like obviously when like urban areas participate in gangs, they're like jailed for it. And
okay.
shit.
I hate how like sometimes music has that kind of moral and values in it, where it's weird to understand and shit.
Uh-huh.
But there's a song by Master P called "Make Crack Like This." Have you ever heard it?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. What the fuck? That's available to everybody in
Yep.
the world.
Everybody in the world. You know what I mean?
That blows me away. And they say it's a rumor, it's a myth, it's a conspiracy that the government let that song be released so that it could just spread into the inner city.
I mean, the government has definitely had its hands in the melting pot of the drug community since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
I mean, the government's admitted to doing experiments on like college students with LSD.
Yeah, that MK Ultra and all that
MK
shit.
Ultra and
Yeah.
shit. Like that's shit they admitted to doing. So like when people say they put crack in the hood, like do you think they wouldn't do that? They did that. Why wouldn't they do that? It's the same shit, you know what I mean? But different. Why wouldn't the government give drugs to a community? They've done it before.
Just to like poison it or something.
Oh, bro, that shit. I don't even want to get into like the race thing because like I believe like the government's been so harsh on like African Americans like all. Do you know when Martin Luther King died?
The day?
You don't know like what year?
I don't.
1968, bro. My dad was 8 years old. Like that's just recent as fuck, bro. That shit's not new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the government has admitted to doing so much fucked up shit to like that community, and they've done so much fucked up shit that's like historically noted. Like, what makes you think they won't still do fucked up shit? You get what I'm saying? Like, what it's new. It's recent, bro. It's not that long ago that they
Yeah.
were doing fucked up shit.
So yeah, they're still
Hey, did you know that until like 19 like I think it's 75? You can fact check me on this, but like I think it's 1975. A woman couldn't get a loan of credit without a male cosigner. In 1975, a woman couldn't have a bank account until the 60s. That's recent as fuck, bro. So like to think that the government's not out here fucking oppressing people, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I feel like they even have people regulated like kind of like cattles and corralled with the way that they have people in the system through like jail, WIC, food stamps. That's all set by the government to let them know, hey, we control what goes on and what you're doing, what everything's being passed on through here.
Man, absolutely.
I think it's just it's intense to see how much control the government has over minorities, or in that sense, just the poverty stricken side.
Is generational, and you know, so we talked in like generational knowledge. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, that community was denied equal opportunity for a long time. Like noted, you know what I mean, with slavery and then in the Jim Crow laws. So like they were denied equal education and equal opportunity for so long, and then even when they were given like their own schools and whatever, like the shit wasn't the same. They weren't getting the same books. They weren't getting the same teachers. They weren't getting the same shit, bro. So then you deny this culture education. You put them in, the projects, government assisted houses. You really hold this down, and then you strip them from the male figure in the household, by over policing those communities. And yeah, I mean, the government really did everything they could to oppress minorities, bro. Like, noted everything they could until recently. So then, people will be like, well, nobody alive ever owned a slave. Well, yeah, fucking nobody alive ever owned a slave, but like, it doesn't mean shit's the same. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that it's been equal. Like, you know, for a lot of people that like their dad was educated, their daddy was educated, their daddy was educated, and so on and so on. But like in those minority communities, it's not like that.
Yeah, it's either the opposite where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, prison sentence, oh, jail sentence, oh, well, that just gone passed down.
And again, it's they've completely they've completely oppressed. And when people say white privilege isn't real, like it's like, bro, how can you deny that shit, bro? How can you deny white privilege is a thing? That's just how I feel about it. Like, obviously, bro, like all the government powers are always white. Like, we just had our first black president like a couple years ago. Like that's think about that, bro.
Yeah, and that's kind of still like a joke to people.
Yeah,
It's more like a meme or some kind of sense.
bro, they hated that dude. They hated that dude. Nice wholesome dude, and they fucking. I mean, technically, I think he's a war criminal. But, you know, I won't speak on that. But like,
No.
you know what I mean? Seemingly, he was pretty like wholesome dude,
Yeah.
and like they hated that, bro. They hated that dude. I don't know what it is, man.
I think it's just that role of power too. Like even though he was the president and stuff, I mean they had to have a figure to hate.
I mean, I think a lot of it right now. This is gonna sound crazy, bro, but like I think a lot of it now is like fear and guilt. You know what I mean? You got to keep doing it because if you let go of that power, they'll rise above you, and you're not just gonna go from 1 to 2. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think, bro, I still think they fucking oppress minorities and shit. Like that shit is still like going on.
I mean you kind of see it with police brutality and shit like that. So
Absolutely. I don't think that shit is any more rampant than it's ever been. I think we just have more media.
yeah.
I mean,
So is that the cure for it then? Is more surveillance on them? 24-hour body cams. Okay, they should have live Twitch streams just to see
live
what the
Twitch
fuck
streams
they're doing.
all the time. Yeah. No, I don't know how to fix it. If I did, I would, but I don't.
It's a hard subject,
I
man.
mean, it all goes back to hate, bro. You can't fix hate, man. It's hard. It's hard. Those people don't know any better than to hate. You
It
know
has
what I mean?
it has to be a balance though. So I mean,
Do you think people are born bad, or do you think they're like raised bad?
I
Or
don't
do you think
know.
it's both.
I think it's a little bit of more of a push towards being bad. You're not raised. You're not born bad. You're more raised.
Okay,
I don't think it's something that you're kind of born with.
absolutely. See, I feel.
Now the gay gene, that's different.
What do you mean?
You're born gay,
I think you're born gay for sure.
but you can develop it too.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, you could like it in the butt too. You never know.
absolutely, absolutely, bro. And I mean, and honestly, bro, if you're born gay, I mean, that's more. Or if you decide you fucking like it in the butt later on in life, that's cool
Life.
too.
Yeah, that's life.
You know, but okay. Let me ask you a question, Angel. If your girlfriend sticks her finger in your butt and you like it, are you gay?
No.
No, because a girl did it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What if it was like a dildo? Is that gay?
I don't think so.
I think that. See, here's the thing.
There's a lot of fine lines between all these questions
I
too.
know.
But there's, I don't think so. Honestly, no. No.
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. It can't be cock shaped. Any cock in the butt, that's gay. If you like cock in the butt, that's gay.
So a finger is not cock shaped.
Finger's not cock.
Yes, it is.
I'm just fucking off, bro. I'm just being a goof.
It's hilarious. My question is if you would get with a really, really amazing tran.
If I would get with a really amazing, you know what, man? It's not for me. I would never do that.
But you don't know. They're so amazing. They literally are perfect in their every way of the transformation. So you would never know.
Dude. Okay, you're getting deep now. I mean, obviously, do they still have a vagina like a functioning?
No,
vagina?
it's turned into a vagina. So it was a penis, but it turned into a vagina.
But it works. Is that what we're saying?
Well, it works to in a sense where it feels like a vagina, but I don't know if you know this, but a transgender cannot really get wet.
So you have to lube.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't know that.
See, so there's some things like that where they would have to do. But again, amazing figure, great personality. It's all there, but they are already a full transgender.
Oh wow, that's a tough question, man.
See, because that's questioning people's sexuality. Now they're like, oh, I don't know, because I know a friend who's totally against
Man,
that.
okay,
But why
this
not?
I've never been in this situation, but this is how I feel about this shit.
Balla over here.
This is okay. So if
And your girlfriend's watching, remember?
I don't know. Fuck it. All right. If you're attracted to a person and you relate to them on, you know, common grounds, you have like the similar morals, and you know, obviously you're sexually pleased, then like do whatever the fuck you want. Now, I've never been in a situation where you know I found myself in sex.
This is all coming into play.
Yeah, I've never found myself in a situation where you know there's this smoking hot trans, and I really get along with them. We have a lot of. I've never been in that situation. You know what I mean? So, fuck, bro. I guess, bro. Fuck it. If I loved a person, and my heart told me to fucking. Fuck that dry pussy with some lube, then I guess I'm fucking gay, bro. I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
But no cocks, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But again, it's a full transition, and they're just it's a mental thing to a lot of people. But if they are different than what they are, and you really love them, what's their big difference?
I mean, here's the thing, man. I've just never been in love with a trans person. But like, if I was, then I'm given the opportunity, you know. If that makes sense. I've never been, but if you're in love with somebody, dude, I feel like you should do whatever you love, whatever that is. If that's in your relationship, in your work life, in your personal life, whatever it is. If you love doing that thing, fucking do it, bro. So if you meet a person that you love, fucking black, white, Asian, fucking fat, skinny, tall, short, gay, trans, whatever. If you meet a person and you fucking love that person and you are attracted to them sexually, why not, bro? You know, get what I'm saying? Whatever makes you happy, bro. Mm-hmm. Now, myself, personally, only attracted to girls.
Right now.
I mean, it would take a lot of convincing. You'd really have to sell me.
Again, I'm telling you, okay, so the thing is, if they were to hit on you at the bar, but you just didn't know until the actual event were to happen. And then it did happen, but they just told you that, hey, I'm a transgender, but I am perfect transgender because I don't even know if that's a proper term, but
okay, not I don't know.
A perfect.
I feel like that's putting down people who haven't like fully completed their.
But there's people in the transition that don't even want to transition because they're just like, I'm considered transgender, but I don't even want long hair. I don't even want to take my penis off. But they want to be considered transgender. So that's another problem with it too.
Man, I feel like I'm just on a real whole next level of just mind my own fucking business. You know what I'm saying? I really just, dude, I don't care if you want to be.
You know what they say? Don't touch this with the 6-foot pole.
Yeah, man. It's social distance, bro. Like, really, what does it concern me, bro? Like, does it really? If you want to be a girl, if you have a penis, or if you feel like internally that you're a girl, like, what the fuck does that bother me? It doesn't bother me at all, man. And like, honestly, people will be like, I don't understand it. Well, of course you don't. You're not transgender, bro. It's hard for you to understand something that you're not. You're not supposed to understand. You don't grow up thinking like that.
That's why we get the neural links so that we could understand why.
Big brain angel.
And then we could be like, oh yeah, I get it now. I still don't want to do it, but at least I get it.
Yeah, I guess.
Because the feeling is what we're all missing.
I feel like people lack empathy is what I feel.
Maybe that's what the chip needs to be installed for.
Maybe if you could give people an empathy chip. Or, man, honestly, bro, I feel like everybody needs fucking acid kayaking and bass music.
Bass music?
Change your life.
Dope. There you go. You heard it here, folks. You need acid, kayaking, and bass music.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Those are the 3 keys of life. And whippets.
Aaron, we've been here for an hour and a half now.
Cool.
Is there any plugs or anything you want to give? Do you want these people to find you anywhere? Social media wise? Maybe you want them to help you promote. Hey, this guy's trying to be a fighter, so promote him, sponsor him. What else do they do? You send him clothing, he'll probably rep them.
Man, I doubt a lot of people are going to sponsor me after my whole, acid thing. But you know what? Fucking Joe Rogan does well with
never know, dude. It's a different time.
It is, honestly, it is a different time, man. It's a different time. It's taking the world by storm.
So yeah,
Yeah, man.
give us some
Follow me
give us some
on
plugs.
follow me on Instagram, abush420. Um, you know, I don't really have a whole lot of like social media. I don't really fuck with Twitter. Twitter's not my thing.
No, you don't have any like YouTube or anything like that.
You know what, man? I really don't have like. You can find me on YouTube. You can go in there and Google my name. I'll pop up for sure.
Aaron Bush.
Aaron Bush. You know, I'll for sure be there. But yeah,
This guy's trying to be a fighter. Everybody.
trying to be a fighter, man. Anybody, you know, if they're
I'll fight anybody.
I mean, hey, right now, I'm just trying to get back in shape. You know, obviously it's a long journey, but man, when I'm in shape, man, I really feel like I can compete with some of the best in the world, and I'm excited to see what I can do with a great team behind me. And I think I'm going to go very far. So if you're looking for a bandwagon to hop on, I think I would be a pretty good bandwagon to hop on.
You heard it here, folks.
Thank you for having me, man. It's been fun. Hopefully I was a good guest.
No problem, man. We'll do this again. Like,
For
dude,
sure.
there's so much shit to talk about. There's always something to talk about, dude. We didn't even talk about anime. We didn't even talk about fucking Bigfoot. We didn't talk about fucking the Bohemian Grove, shit like that.
Man, yeah. Hey, I'm down whenever, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
So you guys know what to do. Make sure to check me out. All social media sites, MuseMe TV. Dude, you guys literally, all you have to do is just Google it. Google MuseMe TV and you'll find me, I swear to God. We'll have some more episodes coming up. Tomorrow we have my friend Jeremy coming to the podcast. He's just going to, we're probably going to jam out some guitar and stuff. So make sure to tune in for that as well. And then on Saturday, we will have another guest. I'm not too sure who yet, but we will have more podcasts coming up soon, guys. So make sure to tune in, guys. You guys be safe, be cool. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.